What's up guys, this is Chris from Knights of the Round Table, and today I'm just showing you a couple of things about archers. So to start with, I'm just going to be showing you the most simplest way you can possibly do this. So what you need to do is basically get yourself a huge cube shape, like what I have here, and then you're going to take your sphere placement tool, but rather than actually add onto it, what you're going to want to do is actually hit onto your delete option so you can actually get the sphere delete to show. Next, you're going to want to use the scale option to increase or decrease the size of essentially what will be your arch that you want to create. I'm going to use the largest option. And from here, the only real hard thing you need to get right on here is where the terrain offset is. Now you can see from my example here, I'm just showing the actual sphere cutout moving up and down. You're going to want to effectively use roughly half your sphere to create the hole on the cube. Once you've made your cut, what you're going to want to do is to take your selection tool and create a slice across the middle of your sphere that you've cut out. It's important when you're doing this that you actually get the height that you're selecting correctly. So what you can actually see me doing here is, just to show you to make it a little bit clearer, the selection tool will actually highlight a little bit different, so you'll actually get like a sort of blurred edge when it actually comes up against effectively like a hard line of voxels. So you're going to want to make sure that the bottom of your selection goes below the area that you've actually created as the sphere. Once done, it's essentially a matter of copying and pasting. You'll get this sort of shape that comes up, and you can pretty much then use that for whatever you want. Next is my old favourite, which is creating a custom template. Now, I won't go through all the ins and outs of this because I've effectively now got two previous videos that kind of explain a lot of how these work. However, this is the one that I tend to promote to people only really if you want to go off the generic sizes that you would get with the delete tool. So you know, if you want to create like slightly bizarre shapes and sizes, then pretty much this is the main way you start off. So as we're making an arch, we only select half of it. We then take that, copy and paste a whole bunch of times. You smooth it out, again making sure you've got that one voxel buffer. You select your middle slice of that. You then take that, create another area, copy paste it all back up again, smooth that out a couple of times, and as if by magic, you have another arch. So this last bit is to essentially just show the concept of making the pointed arches you can see a lot of people making. What you can see here is I essentially took the template from before but slightly modified it so it actually got voxels around it. This is quite important for making those arches. Now this is more of just like a really rough cut just to kind of show the concept behind this, but the reason where a lot of people come unstuck with pointed arches is that they don't give the game enough of a voxel space to work with. So essentially what you do is you select the size of the shape that you want, and the idea here is to prevent any distortion. You actually want to make sure you've got that square edge like you can see at the top there. And essentially, provided you had a smooth edge, when you actually combine the two sides together, you should end up with a quite nice point. To show you very quickly what's happening behind the scenes, I've actually turned off voxel smoothing just so you can see this. Whenever you're creating a curved surface, you'll always end up essentially with the blocks still being square behind the scenes. So the problem of it is, if you ever get distortion on the actual shape, it's usually because the square voxels aren't lining up correctly. Anyway, that just about wraps it up for me and arches. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. It's been a little bit longer than others, but I like to show a couple of different techniques involved on there. Please be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and make sure to get us up on all the other various social media sites. Facebook, Twitter, we're on Twitch as well doing these live streams. Obviously, you can get us here on YouTube as well. So my name has been Chris, and I'll see you again next time.